Hello, everyone. As some of you know, my journey with yoga or my experience with yoga began several years ago. And I wish I could say that I was just so enlightened that I found it because I knew that it was a great thing to do and a good way to stay active and so on. But the truth is that I, in 2013, was in a car accident that caused a lot of back pain. And then about a year later was rear-ended by someone when I was sitting at a stoplight, minding my own business. And that started in a second year of physical therapy. At some point, I plateaued in terms of the improvements I was making in physical therapy. And so I stopped. I was advised to stop, and I did. And then about a year later, it just so happened that a yoga teacher was referred to me. And I don't know, just in talking and so on, she mentioned that yoga's great for back pain. And that's how I started yoga. So it wasn't for some really wonderful purpose other than pain management. And I'll tell you what, it really did and has helped. Every time my back starts to hurt, I know I'm not doing enough yoga. And I'll also tell you this, if you've ever been to physical therapy, one thing you'll realize, a lot of the moves are yoga moves. So this next session, which is led by Michele Russ, an accomplished yoga teacher at Grace Studios, is really focused on just some gentle movement to get the blood flowing. I think it's a great way to start your day or end your day, quite frankly, and not too difficult, but also can be challenging. Surprisingly, chair yoga can be challenging depending on how and what you do in the program. So Michelle's developed a really great program here. And I'm grateful to her because I think if we're looking at holistic planning, we also have to look at taking care of ourselves so we can enjoy the money that we've saved and grown and not just look at it and not be able to do things. So whether you are young and spry and can do all kinds of things and need it for recuperation and to help with supplementing the other types of activities you do, or you are not young and you're looking at different ways to manage some pains and or just have a nice way to experience your exercise. So yoga can be lots of different things to lots of people. I just thought I would share it as part of this overall wellness experience that we have today. And I hope you enjoy it, even if it's just one little move. Thank you so much for watching and participating. Let me know what you think.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Michele Russ. I'm from Grace Studios right here in downtown Silver Spring. And we'll be practicing about 30 minutes of mostly chair yoga, but if you brought your mat with you, like some of you have, we can also adapt it for some standing postures, which you can also do with the chair. So we'll begin seated in a comfortable seat. So when we sit in yoga, we want to really stack the body. So place your feet so your knees are right over your ankles. And just rest your hands in your lap. You could have palms facing downward, or you might turn your palms to face up and see how that feels. And then I invite you to either turn your gaze down towards the ground, or you could close your eyes. And from there, I'd like you on your next inhale to sit up just a little bit taller. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to soften down and back. So let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, we stack the spine just a little taller. And exhaling, we allow the shoulders to soften. Inhale, lift your shoulders all the way up towards your earlobes. And as you exhale, allow the shoulders to drop down and back. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling, shoulders rise up towards the ears. And exhaling, the shoulders soften down and back. 1 more time. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling, letting the shoulders go down. So pausing right here for a moment to perhaps set an intention, maybe for this day or for this week, or in keeping with the theme for today, for this whole year. So that could be as simple as something like, may I be well. Or maybe you're choosing a word that you'd like to bring with you into this day or into this year. It could be something like ease, calm, or peace. Let's start to breathe together again. So let's take a deep breath in and a full breath out. We'll inhale here for a count of 4. And then exhaling for that same count of 4. Breathing in for a count of 4. And breathing out for a count of 4. Inhaling for that same count of 4. But this time, exhale for a count of 5. Let it go longer. Breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 5 or maybe even 6. Let that exhale go. And then please keep going with this extended exhale breathing pattern. Allowing the breath to wash over you. Maybe imagining it providing a clean slate, a fresh start. And on your next inhale, let's reach the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands into your heart center. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhaling, hands to the heart. And once more, inhaling and exhaling. We'll add a twist this time. Inhale, reach your arms high. On your exhale, twist to your right. You can bring your hands to the side of the chair or maybe one hand to the back of the chair. And with the hands, we can try to rotate a little bit more. Feel that nice kind of wringing out sensation through the spine. Maybe you feel a stretch across the back. And on your next inhale, we'll come back around, arms reach up. And exhale, we'll twist to our other side. So take your time to ease gently into this twist. You can provide as much or as little pressure with the hands to rotate to a degree that feels best in your body. And on your next inhale, we'll come back around, reach for the sky. And exhale, place your hands down on your lap again. Let's draw the right ear to the right shoulder. We'll pause here for a moment. And then slowly bring your chin forward and down, bringing chin to chest. Feel that length through the back of your neck. And then we'll bring the left ear to the left shoulder. See what you notice here. And then we'll start to lift the chin and let the head drop back only to the point where it feels comfortable for you. And maybe you feel a nice opening through the front of your neck. If it feels good, you might kind of jut your chin up towards the ceiling and just see if that provides a nicer level of stretch. And then let's slowly bring the head right back to where we began. Bring your hands closer to the front edges of the knees. And we'll take a seated cat and cow movement here. So these are movements through the spine. So as you inhale, we'll lean forward, draw your shoulders back. You're leading with your heart. And as you exhale, start to lean back, round your shoulders, tuck your chin. Inhaling, heart pulls forward, shoulders draw back, create a little arch in the back. And as you exhale, rounding and scooping, tucking shoulders. We'll keep going. Inhaling, heart lifting as you lean forward in your cow pose. And as you exhale, rounding your back, leaning back, scooping your belly. 2 more times. Inhaling, drawing forward, lift your heart. Exhaling, rounding. And 1 more time. Inhaling and exhaling. And then from here, we'll come back to just a nice tall spine. And I'd like you to straighten your right knee. You might place your hands around the leg for a little support and point and flex your foot a few times. Maybe we start to draw circles with the toes, just getting some nice movements into the ankle. And change the direction if that feels okay. We'll place that foot back on the ground, and let's do that on the other side. Straightening your left knee. You might clasp underneath the leg if that feels supportive, and point and flex your toes. And then we'll trace some circles with the toes. Maybe feel a little clicking and popping. And other direction. Really nice. And we'll place both feet back on the ground. On your inhale, really reach up towards the sky. And as you exhale, reach back to the chair back. And then lift your heart again, kind of broaden across your chest. Roll your shoulders back, leaning forward a bit. Yes, so a little bit of a back bend here. A nice expansion across your chest. Let this feel good. Stay here for 1 more round of breath. And as you're ready, releasing that, coming back to a tall spine. We'll inhale our arms high. And exhale, bring your hands back down to your heart center. Really nice. Let's all stand up now. You don't need to move your chair, but I'm going to move mine. But I would like you to come to the back of your chair so that you can place your hands right on the chair back. And start to walk your feet back, maybe 3 feet back. And then you can start to press your hands downward and reach your tailbone back, allowing your heart to sink down kind of between the biceps here. Your tailbone stretching back, your heart lowering down. And notice what there is to notice here. Probably a stretch along the backs of your legs. Maybe a stretch through your underarms. That might feel good. So just staying here for another deep breath in and a full breath out. And a deep breath in and a full breath out. And on your next inhale, we'll start to rise back up. You can walk a little closer to your chair. I'm going to move my chair back to face you again, but you can keep yours right where it is. And then let's have a seat again. We'll do some more standing in a moment. So from here, let's take the right knee off to the right and take the left foot and stretch that leg out a little bit. Yes, it looks like you guys have all done this before. Then let's reach our arms from side to side. So we have our warrior pose here. Can you root down into that back foot a little bit more? And can you lift up through the top of the head? Really nice. So there's some engagement in the legs. Press down into the feet. Let's see if you can soften through your shoulders a little bit. And on your next inhale, reach your front arm up and back, and your back arm comes down, and feel a nice side body stretch here. Really nice. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring your right forearm onto your right thigh, and your left arm can sweep alongside your ear. Yes, so feel that side stretch here. Let's flow between the two sides. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, come into that side angle pose. Inhaling, reaching up and back. Exhaling for that side angle. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Pausing here to really reach and lengthen. And on your next inhale, we'll come back to our warrior. And then release your arms, bring your knees back to center, and we'll take that on the second side. So now your left knee, left leg steps perpendicular to your chair. Yes, you've got it. If you need to scoot forward in your chair, feel free to do that. And then extend your right leg back. You're kind of pressing into that leg. The left knee is stacked over your ankle as best that you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we'll reach our arms side to side. Beautiful. Maybe gaze over your left fingertips here. Shoulders are a little soft. Legs are a little engaged. And on your next inhale, reach your left arm high, right arm down. And exhaling, finding your side angle pose. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up and back. And exhaling, finding that side angle. And one more time. Inhaling, reaching. Exhaling, side angle. Let's pause here. Reach through your right arm. Press down into your feet. Let this feel good and expansive. And on your next inhale, we'll reach up and back. And exhale, let's just come back into our seat here. Let's come to stand again. Again, I will move my chair, but you can leave yours right where it is. And we will take a tree pose right here. So with one or both hands on your chair, I'm going to have one hand on my chair. Take your time. And we'll start to stand tall. First, that's the first thing we'll do is just standing nice and tall. There's a lift through the top of the head. There's some core engagement. Then find a focal point either on the floor or on the wall, something that won't move. And we'll shift our weight into our right foot. Bend your left knee, open it out to the side, and bring your heel to your ankle, and your toe taps the ground. So we have a nice external rotation in that hip joint. And just see how that feels here. If you'd like to explore lifting and lowering your toes, you might do that, lifting and lowering like a kickstand. Or you might try bringing your foot somewhere higher on your leg. Option here to reach your arm high. Keeping your eyes on your focal point. If you feel pretty steady here, you might decide to reach both arms up. That might be out of the question today, and that's okay. We can always bring our hand right back. Beautiful. So allowing your focus to really hone in here. We're working on focus. We're working on balance. If we fall out of the pose, we gently start again. Let's take one more deep breath in. And on your exhale, release your arms down, maybe grab the chair again, and both feet on the ground. Really nice. Maybe a little sway from side to side. And let's take that on the second side. So we're starting with just standing tall again. Shoulders are down, abdominals engaged. Really nice adjustments I'm seeing. Placing a hand on the chair. This time we'll shift our weight into our left foot. We'll bend our right knee and externally rotate. Point that knee off to the side, just as best that you can. Heel to ankle, big toe on the ground. Option to lift and lower the toes and see how that goes. Maybe we bring hands to heart and see if that feels steadier. We can always keep one hand on the chair. Option to bring your foot somewhere higher on your leg. And if you're feeling really steady here, you might even reach your arms up. When we move limbs further away from our center, it makes it harder. Keeping your eyes on that focal point. Let's take one more breath in and exhale, Release. Really nice. Let's all stay standing. I'm going to turn to the side, but you all can stay right where you are. You might need to step a little bit back from your chair to have a little more space. Let's inhale, reach our arms nice and high. On your exhale, take a nice slow forward fold. Soften your knees. As you inhale, rise halfway, bring your hands to your shin bones, your heart pulling forward, your shoulders drawing back and away from your ears, tailbone stretching back. Let's stay here for one more breath in. And on your exhale, fold down again. Soften your knees if you like. On your inhale, press into your feet to rise, reach all the way up, get tall. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. So that was a half sun salutation. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling, reach for the sky. We're moving with the breath. Exhaling, a nice slow forward fold. Inhale, we rise halfway, hands to shin bones. Exhale, folding down. Inhale slowly to rise, reaching all the way up. And exhaling, hands to our hearts. Beautiful. Inhale, arms high. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, rising halfway to that nice long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, reach all the way up. And exhaling, bringing your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Really nice, everyone. Let's take another downward facing dog like we did at the beginning of class. Hands on the back of a chair. We'll walk our feet back to where our arms are long, to where our spine is long. Our heart sinks downward, our tailbone stretching back. So I want this to feel good. Yoga should not hurt. It should help us feel longer and more expansive and more embodied, where we feel really present in our bodies. If knees need to be soft here, you can have soft knees here. Let's take a deep breath in, a full breath out. And on your inhale, you'll slowly start to come up and walk back a little closer to your chair. Really nice. Let's come back to a seat. And we'll take warriors on each side one more time. So that right knee spins off to the right, left leg extends long, just as best that you can. Arms reach side to side. Really nice. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, find that side angle shape. Left forearm on the thigh, right arm sweeping alongside the ear. Inhale, reach up and back, reversing. And exhaling, finding that side angle. One more time. Inhale, really reaching. And exhaling for that side angle. Inhale, we'll come back around. Bring your knees back to the front. And we'll take that on the second side. So left knee, left foot steps way over. Right leg extending long. And when you're ready, yes, arms reaching. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse. Exhale, find that side angle shape. I wish you could see yourselves. It's so beautiful. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhaling, side angle. Inhale, reach up and back. And exhaling, we'll come back around to our seat. Let's take our feet and knees a little wider. Toes point out. We'll inhale, reach for the sky. We're getting close with our neighbors. Exhaling, folding down. Just let your upper body hang down as low as you feel comfortable going. You might let your head feel a release through your neck. You might decide with your arms to press your knees a little further apart. This might give you a stretch through the inner thighs. Might feel nice. If your head is hanging down heavily, maybe nod your head yes or shake your head no and let that feel good. And on your next inhale, slowly start to walk yourself. Nicely done. Bring your feet back to center. And we'll take an eagle pose here. We'll start with our legs. Cross your right leg over top of left leg. You can start to hug your legs together. Then we'll reach your arms forward and cross your left arm over top. Let's bring hands to opposite shoulders like you're giving yourself a nice big hug. Then lift your elbows to shoulder height. Beautiful. Squeeze your forearms kind of together, elbows together, knees, legs hug together. So activating, we're engaging muscles here. You might feel an expansion across the upper back and engagement in the thighs. On your inhale, lift your elbows, lift your heart. You might look up. And as you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, elbows towards your navel. Inhaling, lifting up, tiny bit of back bend. Exhaling, rounding and scooping. Keep squeezing your legs together. Nicely done. Inhaling, lifting it up. Exhale, rounding and scooping. And on your inhale, we'll unwind all of that and we'll take it on the second side. So now we wrap the left leg over top of right. Start to squeeze together. Arms stretch forward. Right arm on top this time. Grab opposite elbows. Lift the elbows to shoulder height. This time, focus on pulling your shoulder blades apart. Maybe you can access broadening across the upper back. Squeezing legs together. Nice. Inhale, lift your elbows, lift your gaze. Exhale, rounding and scooping, tucking elbows towards your lap. Inhale, lifting up, little back bend. Exhaling, rounding. Round again. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more inhale. And on your exhale, we'll unwind. It's beautiful. Let's roll the shoulders back a few times. And roll the shoulders forward a few times. Okay. Let's try a figure four stretch. This is really nice in the hips. It might feel intense, so we'll just see how this goes. Bring your right ankle to the top of left knee and see if you can open that knee out a little bit. Great. Really nice here. So yes, it can be difficult and challenging. So we're just doing our best. If you want more of a stretch, try lifting the heel of your foot on your left leg. And maybe with weight in your hand, you might just gently press that knee open to the side a little bit more. Inhale, stack your spine a little taller. Nice. Exhale, allow your shoulders to soften. Breathing in, we're sitting up nice and tall. Breathing out, we're finding some softness and ease. One more inhale. And exhaling, release. We'll uncross and we'll take that on the second side. So left ankle comes on top. This side might feel different than the first. Place your foot where it feels as comfortable as you can. Maybe your hand is providing a little weight to open up the hip a little bit more. Shoulders soft. Inhale, stacking the spine. Exhale, shoulders are down and back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Option to lift the right heel if you want to deepen the stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Let go and release. So nice. We're doing well. Let's this time place the ankles right under the knees. We'll take another forward fold, this time with legs together. So inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold over your legs. Belly might come to the thighs. You might let your head drop down. And I have one more option for you here. If it would feel good to you, try clasping your hands behind your back and lifting your arms up and away from the back body, a stretch through the shoulders. This might not feel super comfortable to you. I want it to feel comfortable, so only go to a place that feels appropriate and good in your body. Let the head go as if you can. Lift your arms a little bit more if you can. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Release your arms down. We'll slowly come back up to seated. We'll do one more stretch for our arms. Take your right arm, sweep it across the chest. Left hand hugs the arm in a little closer. You can bend your arm and use it that way if that feels better. If you want to use your hand, either way, it does the same purpose. A nice stretch for the outer shoulder here. You're in control of how deeply you stretch here. You can use gentle pressure or firm pressure. On your next inhale, we'll reach both arms up. And exhale, let's just take that on the other side. Left arm drapes across the body. Right hand hugs the arm a little bit closer. Find your way. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. On your exhale, release. Let the arms go. Place your hands on your lap wherever they feel most comfortable. If you have scooted forward in your chair, you might now take the opportunity to scooch back and use the back support in your chair. Feet on the floor, nice and grounded. Shoulders relaxed and down. We might just take our gaze to the floor, or we might close our eyes as we close out this practice. Try to soften all the little muscles across your brow. Release your jaw. You might part your teeth a little bit. Let your shoulders soften down and back. And as we sit quietly and breathe, try to stay fully present. And if these words resonate with you, you might repeat them to yourself. May I be well. May I be well. May I be well. May this year ahead unfold with ease and peacefully. May we have strength and clarity. We'll stay here for just a few more rounds of breath. If your mind begins to wander, we can return to that thought of, may I be well. May I be well. May I be well. please begin to deepen your breath. You might sit up a little bit taller. And on your next inhale, please reach your arms up and overhead. You might blink your eyes open now. And exhale, bring your hands back into your heart center. Let's do that 2 more times to close out our practice. Inhaling, arms high. Exhaling, hands to the heart. And last time, inhaling. Exhaling. Take just one more moment here to notice how you feel. To perhaps allow a little smile to cross your face. And I'd like to thank you so very much for sharing in this practice for me today. It's really an honor for me to be here with you. May you all be happy. May you be well. May you be loved. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you'll try yoga again if this was new to you. If you haven't done yoga in a while, I hope you come back and have a wonderful new year. Thank you.
Thanks to all of you. You did great. You did better.